Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and selamat petang. Okay, so kali ini kita berjumpa kembali untuk part data analysis untuk part yang seterusnya. Okay, so kali ini adalah part yang keempat sudah. Okay, so this time I come up with complete data setting in the Spss. So now I want to show you how we want to convert, okay, how we want to convert the raw data into the useful information like previously I mentioned. Okay, so now I will share my screen. Okay, so based on the previous video, I already show you that I do tutorial based on the questionnaire to answer the research on the perception of online banking in Malaysia. Okay, so now everything is complete. So please refer to part 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you is the frequency distribution data analysis, which is the simple and cross distribution. Okay, and also I will show you how to generate a basic statistic, which is how to get the numbers of mean, median, and mode. Okay, so so far I will share with you first what is the descriptive statistic, which is univariate and bivariate. Okay, so now we move to the first one, which is average summit score. Okay, to analyze the factor as a whole. What is this for? Okay. The average summit score is, okay, for example, I'm showing you, okay, if you understand, okay, the questionnaire is divided by, in part B, we have 22 questions, and actually this 22 question is belong to the factors, 5 factors that can contribute to the perception of online banking in Malaysia. Okay, so for part B, we have 22 questions that is the question about the 5 factors. Okay, so now why we want to use the average summit score. Okay, let's see how I show you. Okay, like I told you before, we have 5 factors in this questionnaire, in this research. So how to generate a average summit score? The first one is you have to go to transform, okay, and click the compute variable. Okay, so now we reset first. So okay, based on the question, okay, let me write for you here. Okay, based on the question, it is divided into 5 factors. Okay, I try to make you understand by explaining like this. Okay, so the first group is actually about the first factor is about difficulty. Okay, this is based on the questionnaire that I use to show you this SPSS data analysis software. For us, the 3 is convenience. Factor 4 is security. And factor 5 is influence. So for the part B question, for question B1 until B8 is for factor 1 question. B9 to B11 is for the second factor question. And B12 to B14 is for third factor question. And B15 to 22, this one is not following the numbers. Okay, it have skip, so we have to do it by one by one here. And B22, okay, because actually B21 is included as a question for the factor 5. So that's why I do it like this. Okay. So it is better if you do the questionnaire. So please, okay, it is better you make it as you arrange based on the factor by factor. Okay. So now I hope that you are clear in this research. Okay, the perception of online banking in Malaysia, the factor is, the first one is difficulty, the second factor is trust, convenience, security, and also the influence. Okay, so now let's go to how to do the analysis on average summit score. Okay, the first one is difficulty. Okay, so when we click this, when we set the target variable as difficulty, now is the time for us to select the questions, which is B1. Okay, the first one you have to do like this and click this, and it will move to this numeric expression and add up more questions about difficulty at B3, okay, at B4, at B5, at B6, B7, and B8. Okay. So this is all of the list of questions to ask about the factor difficulty. So what you have to do now is divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8 questions. Then you can click OK. So the numbers now is appearing here for difficulty group. Okay, this is the average score. Okay, as if you follow my previous video, okay, the questionnaire used a 7 score for the Likert scale. So this is the example. Okay, this is the example of the questions that showing the average score by the respondents. Okay, so we have 30 respondents in this survey. So this is for the first respondent. Okay, so the numbers is 4.38 for the average score. Okay, as I already informed you, explained to you that in difficulty factor we have 8 questions. Okay, so now is the time to make for the second variable. Okay, the second factor, which is trust. Okay, so we move again. You also can click reset. Okay, okay, so now go to factor number 2. The question involved is B9 to B11. B9 to B10 plus B11. We close and divide by 3 questions. So now we can click OK. And yes, now the number show the average score is at here for the trust factor. Okay, and now we move to another variable, which is convenience. Okay, so we reset again. Okay, for the convenience, the questions involved is B12 until B14. Okay. So now close, and we still divide by 3 because it is involved 3 questions only. And then now you can see the convenience column here for the average score. Okay, for the average score. So now we move to another variable, which is security. Okay, so we reset it, and for the factor security, the question involved is B15. Okay, B15 until B. Okay, this one, like I explained just now, we have to do it by one. B17, sorry. And B22. Okay, so let's click and let's see how many questions involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So click OK. Now you can see the column for security appearing here. Okay, so click again the transform to calculate the average score for the last factor, which is influence. So we set here, and the question involved is B19 plus B20 plus B21. So can divide now by 3 questions. So the value is appearing here now. So it is complete now for the 5 factors in this questionnaire, which is difficulty, trust, convenience, security, and influence. Okay, so now I try to explain to you how to analyze the simple tabulation and the cross tabulation. Okay, what is the simple tabulation? Okay, the simple tabulation is the convenient way to summarize the obtained value for the variables. Okay, now I'm going to show you, for example, like nominal scale variables such as demographic variable, okay, like gender, race, educational level, and income level. Okay, so now I show you how to get it, the numbers. Okay. Okay, so let's see the first questions. In the part C, in the questionnaire we have demographic information that we ask the respondents to answer. So now we move here to check about the data on the simple tabulation. Okay, the first one is you have to go to analyze, okay, and go to descriptive analysis. And now you can go to frequency. Okay, for example, like if you want to see what gender are mostly answer your questions. So you go here, you click gender, and you just move to the variable side. And then now you can click whether you want a bar chart or pie chart or histogram. Okay, let's see, we want to see the pie chart. Okay, so continue and now click OK. Then you can see that we already know, okay, without we could click one by one, then now we know that from the 30 respondent, it is 10% is male and 10% are male and 20% are female that answering the questionnaires. Okay, and this is the pie chart that we click. Okay, then you can take this information, you can take this data and put in the and write it in your chapter 4. Okay. So that is the simple tabulation. It is very easy. It is just like frequency analysis to know about your demographic variables. Okay, you also can do it for income, for example, like frequency. Okay, we set first and you want to see what income level that answer your questions. You can click, let's say, bar chart this time. You can click OK. And then now you can see, okay, the person that answer your question mostly is come from the group of income below than 1,000 ringgit. Okay, it's involved 60%, and this is the bar chart of the income level of all of your respondent, which is 30%. Okay, so this is the example of the simple tabulation. And now I'm going to show you how to do the cross tabulation. Okay, cross tabulation is actually also still you want to know about the frequency, but it involves two variables. Okay, two variables. For example, like you want to analyze how many person, okay, what gender is, what gender and what age involved in your that answer your question as. Okay, now we click still click analysis and go to descriptive analysis statistics, and you can go to cross stats. Okay, okay, now we reset first. Okay, for cross tabulation, let's say you want to click gender for the first row and age for the column. Now you can click okay. So this is the example of the cross tabulation. The gender is on the left side and the age is on the top side. Okay, cross tabulation show you the more details. For example, like you want to know if the male answer your respondent, from what group their age. Okay, and for the female gender, what group of age they are. Okay, that answer your question. This is the example of cross tabulation. It is very easy. Okay. So now for basic statistic, which is mean, median, and mode. Okay, this is the basic statistic, which is the measures of central tendency. Okay, for the mean, it is mostly people know it as average numbers. Okay, average numbers. So how to get the average numbers for this okay, let's go to the SPSS data view. Okay, we can go to analyze. Still the same like frequencies. Okay, this time you go to descriptive, and after that you click descriptive. Okay, for example, uh, you want to check the difficulty group of factors. Okay, and now you want to click, you want to check the option, you want the numbers of mean, okay, standard deviation, minimum and maximum numbers. Okay, and you can click continue, and after that you can click OK. So now you have the numbers of the first factor, which is difficulty. Okay, the mean is 3.9292. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, 9.92 is actually, as I explained to you, the Likert scale is 7. So in the middle is 3.5. Okay, so we can say that the difficulty of the difficulty is the one factors that can influence the perception of online banking in Malaysia. It is moderate. Okay, mostly means that mostly, okay, mostly moderate numbers of respondents agree to say that the difficulty is one of the factors that can influence the perception of online banking in Malaysia. Okay, so I think that's all for the video today. For this part, okay, I will explain to you more about how to get the data of the reliability analysis, okay, and also how to get the combat alpha, okay, and we will also learn about the normality test after this part. Okay, thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum.